Hello and welcome to Heraclea Sintica in southwestern Bulgaria. It is thought that Heraclea Sintica was founded between 356 and 339 BC during the reign of Philip II of Macedonia. Heraclea Sintica probably started as a fortified town. These types of towns were built in the area of the Middle Struma Valley as a way to repopulate the region. Population numbers had crashed due to army recruitment drives and wars. The name Heraclea or Heraclea is in honor of Heracles, also known as Hercules, and Sinti because it was located in the Sinti tribal lands. The Sinti were a Thracian tribe. With the arrival of the Romans around the 2nd century BC, a Roman cultural layer is added to the local blend of Greek, Macedonian, and Thracian culture. However, Greek remains the preferred language by the city administrations as well as for memorials. We are in the center of the town, near the central square, or Agora Forum. In ancient times, this square would have been a hub of activity. This side was lined with shops, workshops, and taverns. The center would be filled with street sellers, people, and officials coming and going from the basilica. In Roman times, the basilica was a versatile space. It served as a meeting place. Here, merchants could exchange money for examples. Judges would be presiding over court cases, and if you needed a permit or wanted to present a petition, you went to the basilica. This was the portico on the northern part of the forum. Each niche extended into a roofed room and served as shop or workshop. Apart from this one, this was the sanctuary of Nemesis. Nemesis was the goddess of swift retribution. It is believed that the cult of Nemesis was introduced in Macedonia in Roman times. The view opens up over the archaeological site and the surrounding area, which is covered in greenhouses. Heraclea Sinti is in the center of a very fertile region, and there were metal and other mineral deposits not far away. The town also was on one of the main routes to and from the Aegean Sea. This favorable position on major trading routes and access to raw materials gave birth to a thriving pottery and textile industry. These terracotta masks date to the 3rd century. Some were used during theatrical performances and others were just for decoration. The masks have provided an insight in the glazes and colors used by the local artisans. There are traces of white, red, yellow and blue paint. The traces of pigment on the bust of Dionysus include kaolin white, ochre red, amber for brown, and Egyptian blue. The volume and range of production suggest that pottery was a major export for the town. Another major industry was the production of textiles. The artisans' quarter extends up the hill. Terraces were cut out into the rock to serve as foundations for houses and workshops. Access to these premises from the agora was through a narrow and steep staircase ending into a strong door. This suggests that the craftsmen producing fabrics might have been women. This is supported by the finding of numerous bone hairpins. Female manufacturing associations are widespread, especially in the late Roman imperial period. The steep staircase and the strong door served as a deterrent against unwelcomed visitors. This is a pitoi. It is a storage jar typically made of earthenware. It was used for storing liquids like wine and oil, as well as other foodstuffs. The steles found in the nearby necropolis give some hints of what life was like in ancient Heraclea. Trade was booming. Life overall was good. People could afford to commemorate departed family members with tombstones, and public and private buildings were adorned with statues. These type of statues were often erected in honor of men in important positions, while the female version represented members of the civic elite or celebrated feminine domestic virtues. The statue is made from a single marble block, likely dating to the 2nd century AD. Chief archaeologist Professor Ludmil Wagaliński and his team found it in July 2024. According to the archaeologists, it depicts Hermes. His presence in Heraclea could be linked to Hermes being the god of trade and commerce, as well as the patron god of roads and travelers. Trade was booming, but there were risks. Some of the steles tell of people robbed and murdered on the road by bandits. Beside war, Heraclea suffered fires, a major earthquake, and flooding. And as the power of the Roman Empire begins to wane, the town becomes vulnerable to attacks. Trade and population begin to decline. It seems that Heraclea quietly faded away. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, it would be wonderful. I publish these videos in English on Tuesdays, Italian on Wednesdays and Bulgarian on Thursdays. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.